Welcome to our YouTube channel. Here are the NBA latest games result, next game schedule, and the updated NBA team standings as of today, November 27th, 2024.
In the first of 5 NBA Cup games played today, the Chicago Bulls easily defeated the Washington Wizards on the road with the final score of 127-108. Kobe White was the best player in this game, finishing with 21 points and 8 rebounds, followed by Nikola Vucevic, 19 points, along with 12 rebounds, and Zach LaVine, 18 points. For Washington, Kyle Kuzma led the Wizards in scoring with 23 points, followed by Alex Sarr, 20 points, and Malcolm Brogdon, 15 points. In the second game, the Milwaukee Bucks wins their 5th game in a row by defeating the Miami Heat on the road with a final score of 106-103. Dame Time Damian Lillard named best player of the game, finishing with 37 points, along with 12 assists, followed by Brook Lopez, 13 points, while main man Giannis Antetokounmpo did not play in this game due to swelling on his left knee. For Miami, Jimmy Butler led the team in scoring with 23 points, followed by Tyler Hero, 18 points, and Bam Adebayo, 16 points. For the third game, the Houston Rockets gets their 13th win as they defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves in overtime on the road with a final score of 117-111. Fred VanVleet led the Rockets in scoring, finishing with 27 points, along with 8 rebounds and 11 assists, followed by a triple-double performance from big man Alperen Şengün, who finished with 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, and Dillon Brooks also added 22 points. For Minnesota, Anthony Edwards led the Timberwolves in scoring with 29 points, along with 10 rebounds, followed by Julius Randle, 21 points, and Naz Reid, 19 points. For the fourth game, the San Antonio Spurs also wins on the road by beating the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center, with a final score of 128-115. Victor Wembanyama named best player of the game, finishing with 34 points along with 7 rebounds, followed by Stephon Castle, 23 points, and Julian Champagnie, 15 points. For Utah, Keontae George led the Jazz in scoring, finishing with 26 points, followed by John Collins and Colin Sexton, who both scored 20 points each. For the fifth and final game played today, the Phoenix Suns used a huge third-quarter performance as they pulled away and easily defeated the Los Angeles Lakers at home, with the final score of 127-120. Devin Booker led Phoenix in scoring, finishing with 26 points along with 10 assists, followed by Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, who both scored 23 points each. For the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis led the team in scoring with 25 points along with 15 rebounds, followed by the King, LeBron James, who added 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists, and D'Angelo Russell finished with 16 points.
Tara, puntahan naman natin ngayon ang updated NBA team standings as of today, November 27th, 2024.
In the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers remains at the summit of the East team standings with 17 wins and only 1 loss. At the second spot is the Boston Celtics with 15 wins and just 3 defeats and have won 6 straight matches. Moving up to the third place is the Orlando Magic with 12 wins and 7 losses and on a 3-game winning run. Going down at fourth place is the New York Knicks with 10 wins and 7 defeats. The Milwaukee Bucks climbed to the East top 5 with 9 victories and 9 losses and have now won 5 consecutive games. At the 6th spot is the Miami Heat with 7 wins and 8 losses. At number 7 and number 8 are the Indiana Pacers and Brooklyn Nets with an identical record of 8 wins against 10 defeats. At number 9th and 10th place are the Chicago Bulls and the Detroit Pistons, who are tied up with 8 wins and 11 losses. The Atlanta Hawks is at the 11th spot with an identical 7 wins and 11 loss record and have lost 3 in a row. At number 12 is the Charlotte Hornets with 6 wins and 11 losses and on a 2-game losing streak. At number 13 is the Toronto Raptors with 4 wins and 14 losses and have lost 2 straight matches. At number 14 is the Philadelphia 76ers with 3 wins and 13 defeats. And at number 15 and the very bottom of the Eastern Conference standings is the Washington Wizards with just 2 wins and already accumulated 14 losses and have lost league worst 12 straight games. In the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder is on top with 13 victories and just 4 losses, and on a 2-game winning streak. At the second spot is the Golden State Warriors with 12 wins and 5 defeats, losing their last 2 assignments. Holding on to the third spot is the Houston Rockets with 13 victories and 6 defeats. Moving up at number 4 is the Memphis Grizzlies with 11 wins and 7 losses and on a 3-game winning streak. Completing the West top 5 is the Phoenix Suns with 10 wins against 7 losses. At number 6 is the Los Angeles Lakers with 10 wins and 7 losses and have lost 3 straight games. The Los Angeles Clippers is at number 7 with 11 victories against 8 losses. At number 8 is the Denver Nuggets with 9 wins and 7 defeats. At the 9th and 10th spots are the Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs, who are tied with 10 wins and 8 defeats standing. The Minnesota Timberwolves is at number 11 with 8 wins and 9 losses and on a 3-game losing streak. At number 12 is the struggling Sacramento Kings with 8 wins and 10 losses and have lost 4 straight matches. The Portland Trail Blazers is at the 13th spot with 7 wins and 11 defeats. The Utah Jazz is at 14th place with 4 wins and 13 losses. And at the very last place in the Western Conference standings is the New Orleans Pelicans with 4 wins and 14 losses and have lost their last 5 games. For the first of 14 NBA games scheduled for tomorrow, the Houston Rockets will be traveling to Philadelphia to face the 76ers at the Wells Fargo Arena at 8 in the morning. For the second game, the Washington Wizards will host the Los Angeles Clippers at the Capital One Arena in Washington at 8 a.m. For the third game, it will be the Charlotte Hornets going up versus the Miami Heat at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, also at 8 in the morning. For the fourth game, the Orlando Magic will host the Chicago Bulls at the Kia Center in Orlando at 8 a.m. For the fifth game, the league-leading Cleveland Cavaliers will be at home at the Mortgage Fieldhouse Arena as they host the Atlanta Hawks, also at 8 a.m. For the sixth game scheduled at 8 in the morning, the Indiana Pacers will be at home at the Gainbridge Center as they host the Portland Trail Blazers. For the seventh game, the New York Knicks will be traveling to Texas to face the Dallas Mavericks on the road at the American Airlines Center at 8:30 in the morning. For the eighth game, the worst team, New Orleans Pelicans, will be at home at the Smoothie King Arena as they go up versus the Toronto Raptors at 9 a.m. For the ninth game, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be at home at the Target Center in Minneapolis as they battle versus the Sacramento King, also at 9 in the morning. For the 10th game, the Detroit Pistons will be in Memphis to face the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum Arena at 9 a.m. For the 11th game, the Los Angeles Lakers will be on the road as they travel to Texas to face the San Antonio Spurs at the AT&T Center at 9:30 in the morning. For the 12th game, the Denver Nuggets will be on the road to face the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center at 10 a.m. For the 13th game, the Phoenix Suns will be at the Footprint Center at home as they host the Brooklyn Nets at 10 in the morning. And for the 14th and final game scheduled for tomorrow, the West top 2 teams collides as the West number 1 Oklahoma City Thunder will be on the road to face the West number 2 Golden State Warriors at the Chase Center. Tip-off will be at 11 in the morning.